slides prepared, but on the way over here, I decided to get rid of the slides and just go at it. Do you guys give me permission just to be totally honest with you and just straightforward?
Yeah.
Right to the point? Yeah. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, and you don't have to answer them out loud, but just think to yourself. I just want to be straightforward. Some things might sound a little tough, but I want to tell you what you really need to hear to be successful in this business. First of all, I truly believe, and I say it in every presentation that I do, I believe anybody can be successful in Ambit. I don't care your age, I don't care your background, I don't care if you were shy and quiet like I was, I don't care if you're a top salesman, it doesn't make a difference. If you believe in this company, and Ambit is a 10-year-old proven company, if you believe in the company and you believe in yourself, anybody can do it. So guys, the first thing is you got to start more believing in yourself. When you believe in yourself, you can do great things. I believe in all of you. There's 400,000 people in Ambit. There's a reason why you 500, 600, 700 people are here today. It just shows you something. So start believing in yourself more, and you watch how your numbers of recruiting are going to go through the roof based on just your belief that you have in your mind. My first question, be honest. Does every person in here have a physical list? Not talking about your phone contacts, not talking about trying to remember. Do you have a physical list? Names written down on a piece of paper or an Excel spreadsheet, something like you're organizing going into a business, guys. This is $1 million business. It can be for you if you want it to be. So do you have a list? And a lot of people say, well, I'm through my contacts. Guys, I'm in this 8 years. I've recruited well over 300 people personally, and guess what? I'm not through my list. I'm not through it yet. So if you're telling me you're through your list 6 months in, a year in, you're lying to yourself. What you're doing is you're prejudging people. You're saying, I think John would be good at this business, but I don't think Joe would because Joe's too lazy. I think Steve would be good at it, but I don't think Mary is because she's too busy. Guys, that's wrong of you. That's being selfish. Somebody thought highly enough of me when I was working 110 hours a week in my 7 different businesses. I own 3 ice cream franchises, a mortgage company, a credit company, 25 rental properties, 2 little kids that I'd never seen. But someone thought enough of me to show it to me. They didn't say, oh, Mike's too busy, I'm not going to show him. And I'm happy they did, because now I got my life back because of it. So if you're not showing people because of reasons that you think that they won't do it, well, shame on you. You're being selfish. You're not God. I go out there and say, I treat every person fairly and equally. I don't care if they're 18 years old as one of my employees or they're an 88-year-old man like I sponsored. I go out there and I show every person. Let them decide who's going to do the business or not. And if you ran out of people on your list, rethink your list. Pull up one of our memory joggers that we have on our EC Factory website, but start opening your mind. Go out there and find different ways to meet people. I don't go out there every day and say, I'm going to recruit people today. I don't do that. I say, I'm going out about my business. I'm going to hang out with my kids. I'm going to go to work. And I'm going to try to meet people. I'm going to try to make new relationships with people to add them to my list. When I go to my son's Boy Scout events, my daughter's dancing events, father-daughter dances, whatever it might be, I go to meet other parents. The first day I see them, I'm not bombarding them and trying to shove it down their throat. I'm trying to make a relationship, get to know these people, find out about their background, about who they are, put them on my list, and now take a strategic approach to invite these people to look at Ambit. Get into a networking group, guys. Do different things to find different ways to meet people. If you're going to the same restaurant every single week, you're going to the same coffee shop, you're going to the same places, guess what? You're going to see the same people. Go to a different barber. Go to a different hairstylist. Go get your nails done from somebody else. Go to a different restaurant. Find different ways to meet people. I don't care where I traveled over the years, whether it's Pennsylvania, Maryland, Rhode Island. I recruited people with ease in every single state. Because I don't just go up to, I go to meet people. I talk, I have a normal conversation. I get the people to like me and trust me, and then they say, hey, what are you doing up here? Well, I have a part-time business that just expanded into the area. Well, what is that? Oh, I help people get free energy and I get paid for it. They're like, really? And it's going on right here? I'm like, yeah. Then I show them a video. This is it, guys. I told you I was a completely quiet and shy person. Never did a presentation, never spoke on the stage until after a year in the business. But I guarantee you, I knew the words on Norbert's DVD, word for word, forwards and backwards. I watched these DVDs over and over and over and over and over. And that's how I built my business while working 100 hours a week. When you have your list, if you go through your list too slow, You'll build a business, but it's not going to build a huge, big, fast-growing organization. If you go too fast and do it the wrong way, you're going to burn through your contacts the wrong way. You got to go through your list pretty fast, but with a strategic approach and the right approach. Everything I do in Ambit, everything that's going to give me the highest percentage of getting the most positive outcome. Okay, it goes to my initial invite with the person, it goes to my presentation with the person, it goes to my follow-up and everything with that person. I don't do things fast in the wrong way and just say, okay, I've been through my whole list. Wrong. I do things strategically. I will call up a person and based on my relationship with them, invite them in different ways, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But my objective is to invite them, meet them, show them a Success from Home magazine, put on a video, get them signed up. Then if they have questions, then get them on a 3-way call. And I get them into the business and get them started the right way. A lot of people say, well, I don't have a lot of time to do it. I don't think there is anybody in Ambit Energy that had more on their plate when I got started. Guys, I was working from 5 o'clock in the morning to midnight, almost 7 days a week. 7 businesses, 25 properties, 40, 50 tenants, 2 kids I never seen. But yet I didn't make excuses. That's why they named me No Excuses. I went out there and I said, I gotta find a way. I don't want this lifestyle no more. I want to be able to be with my kids and watch them grow up. Guys, I did this business 3, 4, 5 hours a week. And people say, what did you do? I didn't sit there going through my power zone, hitting the refresh button, checking reports. No, I had a list with me everywhere I went. So while I was in my mortgage office, in between appointments, what did I do? I wasn't watching TV, I wasn't on Facebook, I wasn't going through power zone. I pulled out that list. And I went down the list, one person at a time, and I made invites to the people to get them to meet me or get them to a presentation. I didn't waste any time, that's all I did. Guys, I guarantee you I was the most quietest, shyest person in this room. And a lot of you, Norman knew me from back when I started, but guys, I knew how I learned the skill of inviting. That's what I learned. It wasn't learning how to give a great presentation. It wasn't learning how to be a great trainer. It was learning how to get people in front of a presentation video and doing it in the shortest period of time. And that's all I did. So anytime I had a 5-10 minute break, I was calling people and inviting, getting them to meet me or getting them to a local meeting and somebody else presented. I was sitting in the back of the room. But it got me to executive in 10 months by being just a machine at just inviting people to the business. Now, if you were quiet and shy and nervous like I was, you want to take a different approach to invite people. See, me being a quiet, shy person, I was maybe intimidated or I didn't know what to say. Never did sales before in my life. I was more of a numbers guy. I went to school for accounting. I'm the hardest working guy I know, but I just never did presentations or sales or anything like that. So I had to figure out, how can I approach these people in a way that made me feel comfortable that I can go out there and do it in the masses. I asked for help. I asked for advice. So I'll give you one quick invite that I use. I use it for somebody who's older than me, more successful than me, or maybe somebody that I was afraid to approach. I would just ask for help, guys. I would just go to somebody named John. Hey, John, listen, I just started a business recently. You know, I've never really been in business before. Whatever matches with who you are, right? I wanted to get your advice because I know how successful you are as a business person. Can you do me a favor? Can you just give me maybe 30 minutes of your time? Let me show you what I'm doing, and maybe you can give me some pointers and some suggestions. Would you help me out with that? Every one of them said yes. After I asked for help and advice and say, you know, I trust you, I value you. Can you help me? My objective is not to convince them to join. My objective is to get this person to sit down with me, take 30 minutes out of their schedule, and look at a video. Some would say yes and some would say no. I just want to tell you something. I've been in Ambit 8.5 years just about. 9.5 years ago, somebody tried to pitch me and sell me. He tried to explain Ambit to me over the telephone, and I passed. Something that I love more than anything out there, any other business I've ever had. I love Ambit Energy. I'm a national consultant. It's changed my life. But I passed on it 9 years ago. Because that person tried to pitch me and sell me. A year went by, my best friend Nick Patterson called me up. What did he do? He knew I was working 100 hours a week. He asked for my help. He asked for my opinion. He asked for my advice if he should become a consultant. And he asked me to look at a video. I watched it. Called him back and said, I'm in. Guys, he was already a senior consultant in the business. But he got me to see it. If he would have said to me, hey Mike, you want to start a new business together? I wouldn't even looked. But he knew how to get his best friend to look at. And he knew that me being a business-minded person, that if I seen this, I would probably want to get started and get in it, and he was right. And I compare my Ambit business to my Carvels, to my mortgages. I think Ambit's better than all of them put together. Where can you start a business for a minimal investment and make the returns that we made? And you get paid for it week after week, month after month, year after year, whether you worked or you stopped at the point that some of us are in right now. Guys, it's truly amazing what Ambit could do. So that's what I did. I gave invites when I was quiet to people that made me feel comfortable. It really comes down to numbers, guys. Everything. I recruited 300 and something people. Why? Because I showed probably over 1,000 people. If you go out there and show one person a week, guess what? What's the most you can recruit? One person a week. If you show 2 people a month, what's the most you can recruit? 2 people a month. It comes down to numbers. All you gotta figure out. It's not how to be a great speaker, great trainer. It's nothing about that. Guys, Ambit is a proven company, 10-year-old company, billion-dollar company, and growing through the roof. You need to figure out if people if people are open to looking at an opportunity, buy time from them. Everybody's time is valuable, right? Wouldn't we agree? Get them to take 30 minutes out of their time, sit down with you, and show them a DVD video. Guys, this is all I used to get into executive consultant. Didn't do no speaking presentations, but I got people to watch Norman's video. That's all I did, and it got me to executive by showing this to a lot of people. Don't think you need to know the entire compensation plan inside and out. Don't think you need to know everything. You don't. You got to make a list of people and get through that list in a strategic way, doing things that, and here's another tip. If you have a list of people, and if you go approach 5 people and you're 4 for 5, or 3 for 5, or 5 for 5, keep going. If you're 0 for 5, do not go to the 6th person. Call your upline, call somebody else in the company, call me, and let's figure out what you're saying wrong that we can maybe tweak your invite. Because if they're not watching, the first thing is getting them to agree to meet you. That's the first step. If you're doing that, great, then perfect. Then you got to work on maybe your presentation to Success at Home magazine, maybe telling more stories to somebody in that magazine, maybe your close, maybe your follow-up. But if you're not getting people to meet you, then there's something wrong with your invitation. Then you got to work on your invitation. So don't go through 50 people, over 50. You got to figure out after a few, you got to change something, tweak something until you get it right. And once you start getting that invitation right, then you move on to, okay, now I'm 3 out of 5, 5 out of 5 on my invites. Now what is my closing ratio on meeting with people to get them to join the business? Now you know, maybe you're not showing a Success at Home magazine. Maybe you got to show an Inc. 500 sales tool. Maybe you got to show a different, a different way. Maybe you got to be more encouraging. Maybe you got to do a better job at doing a 3-way call. Be more positive. Always, always, always assume that the consultant wants to join. Don't say, what did you think? You want to think about it? Guys, you see why I'm so excited, John? You see why I'm trying to get a hold of you about this? Yeah. Well, great. Let's get started. Let's make some money together. Assume that they want to join. But some people don't do it, but I look at them like there's something wrong. Where can you start a business for a minimal investment and make these returns and create your own schedule? There's nothing out there like Ambit Energy that can do it for you. So be excited and get them to see it. So at this point, guys, either you have a list or you don't have a list. So if you don't have a list, open up your mind more, stop prejudging people, start showing more people, because maybe Mary, who you think is too busy, maybe she knows somebody who can be a superstar. Maybe John, who thinks, I don't know, whatever you think about John might have a brother or might have a cousin who could be the next Ray Monty. You got to show every person. Some of your friends you think might be too lazy, maybe they don't want to go to a job every day. But maybe something like Ambit Energy will get them motivated that they can own their own business and make unlimited returns. So by you not showing people, everybody, shame on you. Go out there and show everybody you can, and you watch how your recruiting numbers are going to go up. So if you do have a list, my question is, why aren't you calling these people by the dozens? I know a lot of people will go and call 1 or 2 people a week, and they'll be like, all right, I made a couple calls. Why stop? Why stop? I would call 10, 20, 30 people a day sometimes. Doing it in just 5, 10 minutes. I'm on the phone, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, off the phone, making appointments, inviting to an in-home, inviting to a meeting, but doing the most amount of work in the shortest period of time is how I had my success. And using a tool like the DVD and the magazine. That's what worked. That's how I got my success. You should be calling 2, 3 dozen people at a time. Now, I'll tell you, if you weren't Like my invite, if I was nervous about contacting the person, I showed you my invite. If I wasn't as nervous, I would use a very easy, simple invite. So I'll call up John. Hey John, it's Mike over. How you doing? Good. How your kids doing? Did you catch that football game? Some small talk? Hey John, listen, I just started a part-time business recently. You know, I'm real excited about it. I don't know if it's something that you'd be interested in, but let me ask you a question. Do you keep your options open at new business opportunities? And I stay silent and I wait. 95% of the people told me yes. Once they said yes, I said, okay, John, are you home right now? I'll swing by. I went by, put on a video, push play, show them the video. Most of them started signing up based on my excitement and my enthusiasm and my passion for this. They joined. That's what people tell me the most. They say, Mike, the video is good, but I've never seen you as excited and passionate and the willingness that you're going to help me do this and we're working together. They said, that's why I'm joining this. Guys, people join you. It's 85% more about you, and it's only 15% about that presentation. The presentation is great, Amp Energy is great, but people need to believe in you and buy into you. You're asking them to join you in business. Okay, they have to like you as a person. You can't be a person that's always negative and complaining. Be a happy, positive, likable person, and more people will want to be around you in life and in business. So become that person that people want to be around. So that's a simple invite, guys. I'll tell you why I say certain things. John, I started a part-time business. See, I love the word part-time. I use it every day. Here's why. If I say, John, I started a new business, John's thinking new business, that sounds like a lot of time, sounds like a lot of money. Wouldn't you agree? But if I say, John, I started a part-time business, sounds less money, less time. If Mike's doing something part-time and he owns 7 other businesses, well, I can do it too, right? John, the next thing is I'm real excited about it. Let them hear your excitement. Guys, please do not text message or email. It does not work. People cannot hear your excitement and enthusiasm through a text message. They need to hear it in your voice over the phone, or better yet, face-to-face when you see a person. And it's very easy for them to ignore your text message or type back not interested. It's a lot harder for them to tell you no over the telephone or face-to-face. Wouldn't you agree? Third thing is, John, it may or may not be for you. I'm taking the pressure off him that if he looks at it, it's not for him, I'm okay with it. And I really am. That's why it doesn't bother me if somebody says no. I look at it as it's their loss for something great. Then the last thing, do you keep your options open to making more money? Do you keep your options open to new business opportunities? Yes? Let's get together. Let's meet. I'll try to meet him as soon as possible. I do not get off the phone until I have a firm, solid appointment with that person. If they say, well, right now is no good, or if I'm busy right now and I got a client coming in, I'll say, how about tonight, John? Is 8 o'clock or does 9 o'clock sound better? 9 o'clock, good, I'll see you 9 o'clock. I'll bring over a coffee. Coffee, what kind do you like? And boom, go to the house 9 o'clock. Most people told me yes to appointments when it was at their house or their office where they were comfortable. So I did things that gave me the most positive, successful result. I didn't say meet me somewhere in a half hour from them. I said I can come to you. And I went to most people, showed them a video, a Success from Home magazine, and that's how I built it, just by doing that over and over. So that's a simple invite. Solution-based recruiting. When I tell you I go out there to meet new people, when I meet new people, I always talk, I ask questions, I get to find out about these people. I find out what they do for a living first. I find out maybe how their life is going. Maybe they say, well, I lost my second job, or overtime got cut, the bills are piling up. Now, I call it solution-based recruiting. So when people start telling me all these problems that are going on, then I could say, well, I got something that you could do part-time like I did, and maybe we could help you resolve that. So I call that solution-based recruiting, just by talking to people. Just by talking to people. And another thing you guys should be definitely doing is tracking your results. Take out a blank calendar. If you don't have a calendar, buy one, or take a piece of white paper, draw some lines, and put 30 days, 31 days. And write down every phone call you make. I called John for an invite. He agreed to meet me. Then you write, John, he showed up for the appointment. Yes, he joined. Track all your appointments, track all your invites, and go back at the end of the week or the month and see how many calls you made. See how many people showed up to the appointments. See how many people joined the business. And you watch your numbers grow as you get better and better. And if there's no numbers on that, it means that you're not calling nobody, you're not working the business. Nobody's gonna come and knock on your door and say, I wanna join your team. It doesn't happen like that. You gotta go out there and share this with as many people as possible. I created a quote that says, the faster you get comfortable failing, the faster you will succeed. Guys, I go out there and I show so many people. If they say no, believe me, it does not bother me. I pat them on the back, I wish them luck, I say, here's my business card. If you ever change your mind, give me a call. Guys, I have zero follow-up. Because at this point in the game, if they're not excited and don't want to jump all into Ambit, I probably don't want to work with them. I don't have to beg them and chase them to do this. I want people that halfway through my presentation say, like, Mike, stop the video, sign me up, I'm in, let's do this. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm not chasing people around. I don't want maybes. I get a yes or I get a no. I don't have maybes. I find out right there on the spot if they want to do it or they don't want to do it. If they say no or maybe, here's my card, he'll change your mind, give me a call. And over 80-something people have called me back over the years and joined my EC and my NC code. Guys, if you want more of my stuff, go on YouTube. I wish I had more time. I could speak to you guys for hours. It says time's up. But go to YouTube. I got a video, how to be a master recruiter. And I would tell you, watch it over and over and over and over again. And I wish you all the best of success. Thank you.
All right.